What's going on, you guys? It's Hitman Sports Media, and I'm back at you with another one. So I rewatched the Gervonta Davis Lamont Roach fight this morning, and I'm gonna give you my honest thoughts, man. I had Lamont Roach winning that fight 9 rounds to 3. Complete domination. Complete domination. Had Gervonta Davis exposed. Completely exposed. Starting from rounds 1 through 6, those rounds weren't really a lot didn't happen, but a lot did happen. I'll explain what I mean by that. Not a whole lot of punches were thrown between rounds 1 through 6, and that was from both Lamont Roach and Tank Davis, right? But Lamont Roach had Tank Davis on the back foot the whole entire fight, but especially those first 6 rounds. We saw Tank Davis running, completely running around the ring with no game plan. Didn't really look like he was attempting to box. I don't know what he was doing. At one point, he got into a football position and tried juking Lamont Roach out. Complete running. Now, as that was happening, I couldn't help but think, if this happened to be Shakur Stevenson in the ring doing that same exact thing, what would they say? What would Tank fans say? Oh, they'd be like, oh, Shakur straight running. Oh, he's a track star. And the amount of hate that would come from so many comment sections, so many freaking Tank lovers, knee pad boys, it would be insane. It would be unreal, the amount of hate that Shakur would get if he did those things. If he tried juking Lamont Roach out, as if he's trying to run a route and run away from the cornerback. That's what it looked like. Complete joke. But from round 7 to 12, I had every single one of those rounds going to Lamont Roach. He completely took over that fight. Round 7, he hurt him later on in the round. Hit him with the right hand. Tank takes a couple steps back. And then Lamont Roach lands another right with a left hook, and Tank immediately clinches. Immediately clinches. The next round is probably the best right hand he landed, where it was a pull counter, and it had Tank wobbled. Completely wobbled, stunned him, buckled his legs, and then round 9. Round 9, he pops this dude with a sharp little jab, 1-2, right in the eye. I believe it was a right hand, and then he lands a jab after as Tank backs up. And Tank takes a knee. Claims that it was hair grease that got in his eye. Should have been a knockdown. In any other circumstance, this would have been a knockdown. Com- Complete BS, man. Floyd Mayweather hit a dude upside his head and broke his hand and had to go onto a knee. And they ruled that a knockdown. He didn't even get punched, but they ruled that a knockdown. Wow, man. It's unbelievable how much PBC completely rigged this fight. They robbed Lamont Roach last night. Completely robbed him. And my other thoughts on the fight, when Gervonta Tank Davis opened up and tried throwing, big power shots or sharp little counter left hands, Lamont Roach had a right hand, a left hook, a couple jabs to follow back up. Most of the fight, it was him countering with that right hand right down the middle. Anytime that Tank threw a punch, more than likely it was a right hand right down the middle that he could not get away from the whole entire night. Had Tank on the back foot the whole entire night. 130 pounder with no power that had less knockouts than Shakur Stevenson, a lower KO ratio than Shakur Stevenson, had Tank Davis on the back foot, hurt, running the whole night. The whole entire night. And coming into the fight, I had Tank Davis winning, like I said, and how I reacted last night was I still stand by this. I think Lamont Roach is a good fighter, quality fighter. He's a 130-pound champion, should be a 135-pound champion, but I think he's a good fighter, man. But he's not elite. There's so many more lightweights that I would put over him right now, even after the Tank performance. I would put Shakur, Keyshawn, Loma, Zapata, Farmer, Morataya. Shoot, even Baranchik might even beat him. Lamont Roach isn't even a top 5 lightweight, but yet he completely outskilled, dominated, backed up, bullied Gervonta Davis last night. Completely bullied him, exposed him. Tank Davis was completely exposed. Not only, you know, with his boxing skills, his abilities inside the ring, but mentally exposed. He's mentally weak. And I'll give you 3 examples. The first was the frustration I saw throughout the fight. Him not getting his way, in the exchanges, not getting the better of him. He decided to, clinch, try to shoulder check. At one point, he actually hit Lamont Roach with a Conor McGregor shoulder check, similar to what he was doing when he fought Cowboy Cerrone. Hit him with the shoulder, hitting him with low blows, just mentally frustrated because things aren't going his way. The second thing I saw was the crybaby antics he was doing to the ref. Throughout the fight, he was doing this. There was a clinch, and then immediately after the clinch, Lamont Roach didn't wait around for the ref to say anything else. The ref said, continue to fight. Lamont Roach threw a right hand and hit him with a left hook as Tank was trailing away from the fight, or trailing away from the punches. What did Tank Davis do? He cried about it. Cried about his low blows. Mentally, he is not strong. And then the third thing, you take a knee after getting punched in your eye, and you say you got grease in your hair? And what's freaking hilarious is his own little hairdresser came out and said, I didn't put grease in his hair. And I did his hair on Wednesday. This guy went to media workouts, press conference, weigh-ins, and 9 rounds of the fight, and you got grease in your hair, in your eye then? Tank Davis, after the fight, is making excuses on why he lost. Blaming the grease knockdown that wasn't ruled a knockdown as the reason why they called it a draw. As if they were trying to get him for that. They saved you. They saved your perfect record, which isn't perfect. They saved you from having a loss on your record and your belt taken. And what's even weaker than that is you don't even have the balls to get back in the ring with him and rematch him. That's right. Tank Davis said he doesn't see that rematch happening this year. And I doubt we ever see it. The only time we probably see a Lamont Roach rematch is if Lamont Roach gets completely dominated by Shakur, dominated by a few more fighters, and then is not himself anymore. That he's not the same Lamont Roach that fought him tonight. There's no way he's gonna run it back, and he even said it. He's not gonna rematch him. But if we look at a history of great fighters that had to rematch and controversial fights, we look at Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev. The first fight, a lot of people thought Kovalev won. A lot of people thought Ward won. But guess what? He ran it back and he stopped him in the second fight. We look at Floyd Mayweather, a guy who you say you have the same skill level as. When he fought Jose Luis Castillo, a lot of people thought he lost the first fight. But guess what? He ran it back the second fight and he beat him. And if you look at today's fighters, we got Bivol and Beterbiev. Bivol loses the first fight, which I thought he won. Comes back again and beats Beterbiev the second fight. Ran it back immediately. But Gervonta Davis doesn't even have the cojones to run it back again. he's completely exposed. That aura of him being a killer, the best fighter at 135 pounds, of him being Tank, the guy who's just stopping shit and stopping everybody, wrecking everybody he hops in the ring with, that's over. That is completely over. There's no way at all that he can beat a Shakur Stevenson, beat a Keyshawn, beat a Devin. Shoot, I'd even favor Loma right now with him being injured and old. I don't even think he could beat a Tevin Farmer right now. I don't think he could beat a William Cepeda, a Morataya. He couldn't even beat a 130-pound, pillow fisted fighter that he cherry picked. Completely unbelievable. But the knee pad boys, the Tank lovers, are still going to defend it and make excuses for him. But let me know what you guys think in the comment sections. Do you think Tank Davis is going to run it back with Roach? Do you think he's going to fight Shakur or Keyshawn? How do you see those fights going? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Hate, like, comment, subscribe. Till next time.